Hello everyone, welcome to my review of Transformers Studio Series Transformers 1 Voyager class and the only, at the moment, Voyager class figure, Sentinel Prime, the ruler of Cybertron, because he was just the worst. But that's, to be honest, that is a classic Sentinel Prime thing. And the one that actually was a prick was actually the least of the problematic Sentinel Primes, it turns out. Because like when Transformers Animated came out, Sentinel Prime was just a prick. And it's like, that was nothing compared to what they were going to do. But yeah, here we have Sentinel Prime, and man, this definitely needed that Voyager class budget, and I'm so happy that we got this guy. Dude, he is actually really good. There are things that he does where I'm like, oh my god, I did not expect that kind of stuff. That was the feeling that I had when we were when I was going through this idiot and seeing what he could do. I was like, oh my god, you can do that. Oh my god, you can do that. Oh my god, you can do that. And they even put in a third mode. Yes, indeed, you heard me correctly, a third mode. But we're getting too ahead of ourselves, let's be honest here. We should not get ahead of ourselves. So then, let us take a look at the beautiful Sentinel Prime here. And he actually looks really cool. I love the way that this figure looks. I will say that right now. I love the way this figure looks. He's got a very nice looking head sculpt right there. He also has the nice chest right there. You also got the nice shoulders and the arms as well. You got the legs. You got the wings, which we'll talk about a little bit more in a bit after I'm done with this segment. But yeah, we got the nice legs here as well, and the feet. And also, technically, these things are supposed to be folded in like this. However, that kind of caused him to fall over. So if you just like do like 2 clicks out, you can just give him heels. That was something that I was messing with him before, like yesterday, after I was done with the Hatchet and Bumblebee reviews, and I was like, wow, this dude just likes to fall over. I don't like him. But then I was like, wait, how do you get him into his battle mode? So I got him into that special mode, and then I was like, wait, you could just move these things out and just give him heals. Wow, that's absolutely perfect. You love to see it. And this is what he looks like from the back. It's just basically the cockpit and the wings. Speaking of which, the wings. Now, these are not accurate to the movie because he did not have the 2 things sticking up like that. I mean, I do like this look more than what we actually got in the movie. I will say that. I think that the 2 wings sticking up looks better. But the thing is, also, by the way, you can just keep it straight like so, but I like to put it at an angle. But anyway, the thing about it is the fact that this is all based off of concept art. So he has the spikes up at the top. It's not something that he's supposed to have, but who cares, really? So then let's move him off to the side so we can look at the weapon. Starting off, what does he come with? He comes with 2 blasters, or as some people may call them, null rays. And the way you can attach those is up here. You got a slot so you can just peg this into here. And he literally can have null rays. Well, that should be a dead giveaway at the fact that this guy is not a good fellow. There you go. He can have himself null rays, but they do block some articulation. So what I like to do is I like to leave these bad boys off to the side for now. Because also what he comes with is a shield. Look at that. And you can just plug that into his arm. It's a very nice looking shield right here. However, as you can see, there are 2 holes up there. And you can just grab the guns and attach them to the shield. And this is how I like to have it displayed. Because he looks kind of dumb with the null rays. But this, he looks better. So yeah, also on my copy, the arms are a little bit loose. I hate that. Are these mushroom pecs? Because I usually have problems with these. I don't know. No, they're ball joints. As you can see in there, they are ball jointed. But I have a little bit of like a loose situation going on. Not the biggest fan of that one, but you can't win them all, I guess. Everyone's gotta have their problems. But overall, I think he looks nice with the shield. So then let's get straight into the articulation segment. So starting off, his head can do a rotation, basically all the way around because of the transformation as well, but it can go all the way around. His arms can do a full 360 as well. In and out, you get a bicep swivel. You also get a little bit of butterfly action backwards because of the looseness of the joint, and an elbow bend, and nothing at the wrist, sadly enough. Don't know why, actually. To be honest, I feel like they could have. I just hate that, how loose it is. Then also he has a waist rotation that can go all the way around. As you can see, it was actually how I was able to do the thumbnail image, because you have no idea how difficult it is to plug something in this hole right here with that backpack. So I rotated him like this, plugged it in and rotated it backwards. There you got the legs that can go forward, they can go back, they can go in and out. You have a rotation, a bend at the knee. right there, and also his feet can actually pivot as well, which is very nice as well. And also, as I apparently forgot to do, his wings can go in and out like so, and you can also move this as well if you want to. So you have a bunch of articulation segments, and that is not all that this guy can do, because I've decided to do it right now. He has battle mode. So let's get him straight into that battle mode then. What you want to do is you want to open up this chest piece here, come in here and lift up his mask. By the way, this is kind of on that same system that Star Saber has, where the little guy comes in, but you can still rotate the head. So I respect that entirely. Afterwards, what you want to do, you want to rotate these little titties out the way. Then you can take the arms and push them inwards, like just pull on the blue part to extend this. Then afterwards you can open up these pieces here and rotate out the blasters on his shoulders. And then after that, what you want to do is you want to come in here and just pull out the thrusters, because he does need that for flight. And then fold his feet down as well. This part separator has a mind of its own. It's always in a different place. Anyway, then after that you want to come in here and just unplug these side pieces here. They do tab in very securely, but you want to open this whole thing up. Like so. Pull out the blue guns as well. Get him back into position, and then here he basically is. Let's get him standing, and bam, here we have battle mode, boys. Yes, indeed. And because of how the feet work, you can still have him standing. But here we have battle mode, and if you want to, you can also attach the shield to his arm as well. But here we have that battle mode that was just spoiled by this figure, which... that was a little bit of a lesser thing, to be honest. The fact that they spoiled that before the movie came out just annoys me. But anyway, he looks really good actually in his battle mode. I am so happy they were able to put this into the figure. This is why my guess is that he is a Voyager class figure. Because outside of this, he could have just been another deluxe, just a slightly bigger deluxe. Because the engineering in the transformation is as simple as they come. You know, he does the most simple, basic stuff. With basically the robot being visible underneath the jet, that kind of stuff. But he is able to pull this. Also, for something I forgot to say, is the fact he's actually pretty weighty outside of, see, this is what I mean. Loose arms. But anyway, he is actually pretty weighty outside of the arms. He actually weighs a lot. So that is actually surprising, because a lot of Voyagers, they don't weigh this much. And I do like the fact that you can still have him standing with the feet being like that. I respect that as well, but man, does he look cool when he looks like this. So now let's get him back into his robotic mode, his normal robot mode, obviously. You just put him back just the way that he was. Simple as that. Put that thing down, close that up, put the titties back into titty places, close these blue things in, and then close this up around the leg. Fold this out, fold in the thruster, fold in the thruster. Rotate this down so that it can still be a heel for him. Fold up the blue pieces so his hands are back in action. And here we have him back so that we can get into that next segment, which is comparison. So starting off, let's bring in the oneers. So here we have Sentinel Prime next to Megatron Optimus and also B-127 looking very nice alongside him. Let me just put you off to the side a little bit. There you go. But he looks very nice alongside them. I am a big fan. Do kind of wish that Sentinel Prime had a feature where he could just split in half. No reason that I'm asking that. There's absolutely no reason for me to ask that. But it's just a little thing that I thought would be nice. But overall, he looks great with the rest of the One Squad. So then let's bring in the favorites. And since we do not have a Soundwave or Shockwave, because bad guys usually come with Soundwave and Shockwave comparison. Since we don't have that, here we have the Ironhide Sideswipe and size comparison. But yeah, we don't have Gamer Edition or even Transformers 1 figures of Soundwave and Shockwave. So I gotta do what I gotta do, okay? You're getting Ironhide Sideswipe and Jays again. But he looks good alongside them as well. And as you can see with Ironhide, let me just move you two out of the way. Just get you out of the way. As you can see with Ironhide, these are both Voyager figures. But like Sentinel Prime is still taller than Ironhide. And also heavier. No, Ironhide is slightly heavier. But still, look at him. Looking very nice. So let's get you out of here as well. Let's pull you in closer for that transformation. So let's get Sentinel Prime transformed into his robotic moods, which actually vehicular form. What you want to do first, you want to rotate the head all the way around, because you do the classic, this nose cone eats the head kind of thing. There you go. Just fold this up. and tab it in like so. Then afterwards, what you want to do is you want to take the little wing bits here, rotate them out, rotate them down, and then this little tabby here is going to slide in there. So just make sure that that sits like so. Do the same thing on the other side. So just, which by the way, you could also have him displayed like this in robot mode if you want to. After that, what you want to do is you want to take the blue pieces of the arms and just slide them down. Untab this whole section here from in there. Then afterwards, what you want to do is you want to come in here and just undo the thruster. Come on, my friend. Thank you. And then fold the thruster all the way out and fold it up and then fold the feet down. This is probably how you're supposed to have him in battle mode, but I don't necessarily care too much about that. After that, you can tab this together and then you take the wing bit here and you rotate it backwards on a double hinge to fill in the gap there. Also, we just couldn't get this out of the way, but you want to fold this down and then actually make sure that the waist is straight. I always have this little problem when I transformed him, but in here there are two tabs. These two tabs are going to slide into slots like in here, these two slots. So basically what you want to do is you want to basically make sure that this is all aligned and fold it down and collapse it on top of itself. Then afterwards, obviously, take the back here and tab that in as well. And then there is a little bit of a tabbing situation, as you can see. Here we have a tab and here we have a slot. And the tab is going to go into this slot right here. And then there's a tab here as well. I always find it so better to see on an angle. But basically what you want to do, you want to come from the top and tab it downwards. So push it downwards from the top. There you go. We're almost done. Also, this came out of alignment, so let's put that back in. Fold up the little tiny wings, and now we finish it up with the arms, and that basically is rotated down. And then you got these clip me doos on the upper thighs that just are gonna clip onto something in there. And then also you have a tab here sticking out that is gonna go into the slot right there. So you just want to take the arm and just tab that in as well. Make sure that the blue piece here is fully extended out, otherwise it's going to be a little bit of a problem. So then rotate this down, tab it in. Make sure this is all the way folded out, and then you can tab it in with some ease. And then, to get this back in place, and then here we are. Like I said before, a bit of an easier transformation, but here's Sentinel Prime in his jet mode. So here we have Sentinel Prime in his jet mode, and to be honest, yeah, about that. Doing the classic jet thing about, you know, just having the robot on the underneath, and that is all. But to be honest, this thing is actually not that bad, so I will forgive the jet mode kind of feeling a little bit less. But overall, he looks actually pretty cool. So let's get in close here, and you can just see the giant... I forgot. For the Bumblebee review, I clicked on Kit. I forgot that he was going to sign off. I just got a little bit of a jump scare. I don't know if you saw that with me doing this, but I don't know if I did that. But I got a little bit of a jump scare with Kit signing off. But anyway, here we got that beautiful wingspan right there. It looks really cool, the blue stripe that we have here. I also know that some people have an issue with the yellow that they use here. I don't necessarily have a problem with it. Doesn't really matter to me. You got the nice big blue thing coming through. I love the... basically the yellow and blue combination. There's even like some shininess in the paint as well for the blue. Very nice. And then here you got the here you got the cockpit right here. Look at that. The nice little front as well. The nice little black here at the nose. Very nice. And then here at the back you got the thrusters, and then basically it's just like, yeah, there's just a robot underneath. Sadly enough, that is indeed how this goes. And if you want to do weapon storage, well, starting off obviously. Oh wait. Wow, okay, sorry, I expected it, I guess, but it did not happen. I was expecting him to have like the you know, like places for, like, I guess you could say the null rays to go, but he doesn't. So I guess really the only way to store it is to combine it like this and then put it in the big tab on the back here, like so. And you can technically still shoot like this, but it feels weird that it's not under the wings. There's no like hole on the wings for the guns, but whatever. He can still shoot like this, but because of the fact that this thing is super pink, it is absolutely ridiculous. So let's get that out of here. But overall, he has a very nice jet mode that can whoosh. And I hate the fact that there's no landing gear here. Nope, no landing gear. I thought, like, as you can see in here, there looks to be like maybe you could do it, but this is just that thing, so there's nothing in there. There's no landing gear. Kind of wish he had a little bit of landing gear, but if he wants to land, he can just transform. Also, this is actually not that bad looking for a guy that never transforms in the movie, because that is the thing about Sentinel Prime. He never once transforms transformed in the movie. Even though he apparently had the capabilities of being able to transform, never once did he actually transform. So even though he can't transform, they still did a really good job with his jet mode. So then let's go then straight to the next thing, which is SAS comparison. Let's bring in the one squad. So here we have Sentinel Prime with Transformers 1 characters, Bumblebee, Optimus Prime, and Mega Man himself, and looking very nice alongside them as well, being the biggest one because of the fact that, you know, you need some space to put that ego, so it is understandable that he is actually bigger. Also, if you want to actually, something that I just realized, if you want to have him have guns, you can actually flip these pieces here up, these shoulder pieces, and rotate out these guns. So he can actually have guns if you want to. That's actually pretty cool. I didn't actually notice that until now, but I saw it and I was like, wait, that could just work. Yeah, so he can have guns technically. Here you go. There you go. Now he has guns. So let's bring in then the Knight Rider kit. Don't scare me again. But here we got Sentinel Prime next to Kit from Knight Rider, looking very nice as well. And then let's go to the finale, boys. That obviously being Iron Knight, Sideswipe, and yes, boys. Yes, indeed, this is what he looks like with them. And he doesn't look too bad, but that's because it is Cybertronian mode and all. So these never really look all that bad. To be honest, the only one that kind of looks bad a little bit is technically Optimus Prime and Megatron, because of the fact that they both are a little bit too small in their vehicular form to really roll alongside, but like Bumblebee can fit as well. You know, this can work, but it's just like the other two are feel like are a little bit too small, but still looking very good. So let's move you out of here. Pull you in closer and let's get into that reverse transformation. So let's get good old Sentinel Prime back into his robotic modes. What you want to start off with is obviously take these guns here and fold them in, because I forgot to do that. And then afterwards, what you want to do is you want to flip him upside down, take the arm, untab it from in here. Take these titty pieces and unplug them as well. Rotate them out, get them off to the side, because we'll get them later. Afterwards, come to the top here and untap these pieces here. I think also a little bit of yellow just flew off, but whatever. Anyway, also fold in these pieces here, because I always forget that. But basically, untap that, and afterwards get this undone from in here. And then take this and double hinge it up all the way. Come on. There you go. All the way up. Double hinge that bad boy all the way up. And fold the wings a bit more to the back, because of the fact that we need some more height, but also because of the fact that that kind of gets stuff out of the way. Because now we can focus on the legs. What you want to do, you want to take the feet here and fold them up. Then afterwards, fold in the thruster. And I like to actually leave these out a little bit for the heel support. And then split the legs, obviously. There we go. After that, what you want to do is you want to come to the cockpit here and untab it and rotate it to the back. And then there's a tab here and a slot right there. So you want to basically just want to line these two up and tab it in like so. After that, what you want to do is you want to rotate around the head, obviously. Take these pieces here, and they will actually, like this down here will actually hit in here. Like they will basically connect. There you go. Just basically take it and plug it in like so. It will probably come undone, because that is what always happens on my figurine. Fold up the blue pieces, obviously. And then afterwards, to finish off the figure, what you want to do is you want to untap this or rotate this up. And then there's a little tab here that goes through a slot there. So you want to take that and slide that in. Do the same thing on the other side. So just slide that in. And then after we've done all of that, here we got good old-fashioned Sentinel Prime back in his robotic mode. And to be honest, I will say for the final thoughts that this guy is actually not that bad. I will say he is actually great. However, my copy has the loose shoulder action that I am not the biggest fan of. If it had great shoulders, this easily would have been the best of the Transformers 1 Studio Series figures. But he's not, because of the loose shoulders. It's a little thing, but it's just a thing that annoys me. And also the whole tabbing the chest into place kind of annoys me as well. But the fact that this thing has basically 3 modes is actually really cool as well. I'm gonna be honest here, they did not specifically have to put in that battle mode, and it's awesome that they were actually able to do it, because sometimes they like to just kind of throw that off to the side because they can't put that into the figure. But here they were able to incorporate it. You got a good looking jet mode, good looking robot mode, fantastic looking battle mode, and also a basic transformation. I gotta be honest here, it is a basic transformation. It gets the job done though, so I can't really be upset about that. And especially because of the fact that this idiot never transformed in the movie to begin with. Spoilers for a movie that's about a year old, so I don't necessarily care. But the thing is that for me, the main drawback of this figure is definitely the loose loose shoulders, but outside of that, I think this thing is great. So do I recommend him? Yes! Yes, I do. And if you are lucky enough not to get loose shoulders, I think that this thing is absolutely fantastic. And I do recommend him even for that Voyager class price point, even though he is like one of the smaller Voyagers, you know? But doesn't really matter to me, because that's just the world that we have to accept, okay? But he does feel good, he plays well, it's just the loose shoulders that I have an issue with. But that has been my review of Transformers Studio Series Transformers 1 Voyager class Sentinel Prime, the ultimate prick. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on that bell, and comment your thoughts on this figure. And please check out my Let's Play channel, linked in the description and at the end of the video. I upload 3 videos every day of different games, but mainly Pokemon. And I'll see you guys in the next review. Bye!